Hey guys, I think I'm gonna start this video by apologizing to Barry, because I told him to shut up yesterday, and that wasn't a very nice thing to do, now was it? I'm sorry, Barry. It'll never happen again. Okay, hey everybody, how you doing? Tekking here. Today is gonna be a fun video. It's gonna be fantastic, okay? We are gonna look at all of the Straw Hats plus Jinbe. Don't worry, the Jinbe wall scroll will be coming at some point. I'm sure somebody somewhere will make one. I should honestly just print out like a picture of Jinbe and just tape it to the damn wall scroll. But today we're going to be looking at all the Straw Hats and how they could each individually defeat Kaido. Now, as you could probably imagine, some of these are going to be more comedic than others. You could come up with maybe legitimate ways that Luffy or Zoro could do it because they're like principal fighters on the crew. Trying to figure out a way that Nami could finish off Kaido on her own, that's something else altogether. We might have to stretch that out a bit. So this video, try not to take it too seriously. A big part of this is trying to be, you know, comedy. For each Straw Hat, I tried to come up with like a goofy, kind of silly way they could defeat Kaido as sort of like a joke, and then a more serious way they could defeat Kaido. But I couldn't come up with, you know, like both for every single one. So if you have better ideas, let me know in the comments section below. This entire video is based off of a one-off comment I made a couple videos back involving Brook defeating Kaido, so whatever. Alright, so let's start off with the Captain Straw Hat Luffy, Monkey D. Luffy, of course. Well, he is probably going to play a critical role in defeating Kaido in the actual story, because that's kind of one of the points of it. You know, Luffy's the main character and everything like that. Not saying Luffy's going to defeat Kaido on his own, but, you know, if in this, you know, scenario, in this hypothetical kind of setup we have here, Luffy going gear fourth and then really getting pumped up and going into Lion Man or Dragon Man or whatever you want to call it, and he activates his Ryuo technique and then just boom, just obliterates Kaido. A scenario I have playing out in my head that would actually be really cool is a similar moment that happened to Luffy when Luffy got Thunder Baggerud in the face by Kaido. You know, Kaido took out freaking Kanabo, and Luffy's like slamming all these gear third and gear fourth attacks into Kaido, and then he just takes out the Kanabo and just like, shut up, kid! Thunder Baggerud! And just smacks Luffy in the face. It would actually be a really cool scene if, you know, the Scabbards are defeated, and then, you know, Kaido's still a dragon, and he's up in the air and everything like that, and then Luffy jumps at him, and, you know, Kaido's about to launch a big epic attack against Luffy, like, Boro Breath! But before he could finish, Luffy launches, like, Gamu Gamu no King Dragon Kong Gun! And then, bam! And before Kaido can even finish his attack, Kaido's the one that gets slammed right in the face, and it's just a one-shot. It's just a bam! It's the same exact thing that happened when he got one-shotted by Kaido. Kaido gets one-shotted by Luffy. So, bam! That would be a cool moment right there. I mean, once again, we're being ridiculous here. Like, that's not going to actually happen in the story. Luffy's part in defeating Kaido is going to involve a lot of other people helping him out. But, you know, if you're going to have it just be Luffy defeat Kaido, might as well make it some, you know, some rough karma out on Kaido himself. You might as well just flip that whole script there. The other possibility, the more comedic possibility I had for Luffy was challenging Kaido to an eating contest. That's also very similar to Zoro's little comedy moment. We'll be getting to him in a second. But yeah, Luffy gets on top of the castle and on top of Muffin Mountain, and Kaido's up there, and the Scabbards are all defeated. They're all bloodied. Kawamatsu's missing an arm or something. You know, Ashura Doji, he lost all of his hair. They ripped off his pink hair, and then they're all defeated, and Kaido's like, war, Straw Hat, you're still alive. Well, do you want to join me, or do you gonna be my enemy? And Luffy's like, I'm your enemy. And it's like, war, prepare to lose. But I challenge you to a meat-eating competition. And Kaido, as a dragon, he can't decline that, right? And so then the entirety of all of the Battle of Onigashima, all of Wano itself, really a battle to decide the fate of the world, if we're being straight up, is decided on who could eat the most steak. You know, like that's what it all boils down to. It would actually be rather impressive to see that, right? Like everybody, like Kaido, you know, he turns back into a normal human for Kaido, walks into the Golden Kagura. Everybody's still fighting in the Golden Kagura, and Kaido's like, hey, no, everybody shut up! Shut up! We're not doing a fight anymore! And the freaking, you know, the Toby Roppo and the Calamities, they're all fighting against the Samurai and the Yakuza, and Kid and Law are there like, wait, what? He's like, stop it! We're doing an eating competition now! Like, what? He's like, Queen! Bring all of the finest steaks on Onigashima. I hope you're ready to lose, Straw Hat. Luffy's like, I'm not gonna lose. And then, like, everybody just clears out, and there's a giant table right in the center of the Golden Kagura Festival in the big stage area. And freaking Sanji just walks up, and he's like, all right, you know, who can eat the most meat in, like, an hour wins. Ding! And then, oh no, they just start eating like crazy. And the entire time, all of Onigashima's like, and then they start offering for bets and stuff. Like, I'll take your bets over here. Like, you got, yeah, I don't know, freaking Usopp is running the bet corner for the Straw Hats, and then you got, like, Jack or Queen or somebody's running the bets. It's like, yeah, over here, you know, we got, like, a one-on-one odds for Kaido. It's like, yeah, screw you, Queen, you don't get your freaking odds. We're putting all the money on Luffy here, you know, 1-to-1 on Luffy to win. I'm like, yeah, whatever. And so, that would kind of be funny, right? Okay. So, going along right with that kind of logic, we're now moving into Zoro's comedy moment. I think a lot of you could probably see where this is coming from. I even made jokes about this before in the reviews. Zoro challenges Kaido not to an eating competition, but a drinking competition. Honestly, the eating competition with Luffy would be hilarious, but this would be even funnier, I think. Because I just want you to imagine the scene in the chapter where Zoro just takes out a giant glug of sake, like a big sake gourd, and he's like I can imagine maybe him and Kaido are fighting a little bit. Like, Zoro takes out Enma, he goes Ashura, they're clashing a little bit there, but then they stop, and they're kind of bloody a little bit, and then Kaido's like, you got some talent, swordsman. He's like, oh, you don't even know the half of it, buddy. The real fight starts now. Zoro just takes out the gourd and just, boom, just slams it right in the middle of the damn battlefield, and he's like, now that we've warmed up a bit, let's see who can drink the most. And Kaido's like, oh, what? You're challenging me to a drinking competition. Me? You're challenging me? Okay, what? Yeah, we can do this. Now, even more so than that, like, I don't think, like legitimately, I don't think Kaido's pride as a heavy drinker would allow him to turn that down. Like, if Luffy challenged him to an eating competition, in all reality, Kaido would probably just, like, nuke him right there. But, like, if Kaido, 100 Beast Kaido, was challenged to a drinking competition, he would, like, stop whatever he's, like, alright, whatever, like, that really would shut everything down and be like, alright, fine. Turns back into a human, is like, you know, King, go into my room, pick out the giant sake gourds. We're gonna be here a while. Now, the question is, who would win? Because he's a lot bigger, so he has more room in the tank, so to speak. But I don't know, man. Zoro can pound him back pretty expertly. Nami can as well. This might even apply to Nami, because remember the whole drinking competition they had at Whiskey Peak? I think even Nami drank Zoro under the table in that one particular instant, right? So, it might in fact be Nami that actually, that's her comedy moment that saves the day over Zoro. But I could see it. You know, Zoro and Kaido, they're just sitting in the middle of the festival hall, and they're just like, you know, they're bringing in like giant gourds, like that fit Kaido's size. So Kaido's like, I hope they're not too much for you. Glug, 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 like this like 30-gallon gourd of freaking sake, and then boom, he just drops it. And then they bring another 30-gallon over for Zoro, and it's like taller than him, and he's just like, yeah, bet you can't try that, you know, bet you can't oh, sorry, I'm already a little drunk. Bet you can't drink all that, Pirate Hunter. And Zoro's like, he somehow manages to drink the whole thing. Like, there's more liquid in that bottle than in his actual body, but he's able to, it's anime, he's able to do it. And it's just back and forth. It's like 40-gallon, 50-gallon, 100-gallon. The fate of the world, Zoro, is in your drinking! So that would be cool. And of course, the serious moment for Zoro would just be mastering Enma. If you want to add even more of a hype moment for that, I don't know, you could have a moment where maybe his Sandai Katetsu shatters and breaks. So Zoro's using Enma, Sandai, and then Wado in his mouth, and he's slicing up Kaido, you know, Ashura! You know, he's doing all those cool techniques, and then he uses a really high-octane technique, like Tatsumaki or something. He goes to slice Kaido, the Sandai Need-Eye shatters. And Zoro's like, no, I can't fight Kaido with only 2 swords. And then freaking Tenguyama Hitetsu shows up or something. He's like, Roronoa, take this sword. And he tosses him either the Need-Eye or Ame no Habakiri. Ame no Habakiri, if we're doing kind of like headcanon fanfiction deal here, that'll probably work the best because Enma and Ame no Habakiri were, of course, Odin's swords that he used to wound Kaido. So Zoro grabs Ame no Habakiri and he's like, thanks! Shing! And then he just decapitates Kaido in one big attack, you know, using Odin's swords. Or the Need-Eye. It is like another, wow, this is another cursed blade, and then just giant image of a demon appears, like something right out of Toriko with the Appetite Devils or whatever, just appears over Zoro's freaking body, and then right before, like, Kaido gets, like, beheaded, he's just like, oh, Odin, you still live on. So, that'd be cool. That'd be cool. But I want to go with the drinking contest, honestly, more than that. All right, Nami. Okay. I actually did come up with a pretty cool way Nami could defeat Kaido. Alright, I was trying to come up with a few, but this is one that I actually came up with because there was a scene in the last chapter where it looked like when Nami and Carrot were getting freed from Big Mom's yokai homies, Carrot uses her electro to, like, shock her homie, and then there's the electricity from the electro travels over to Nami's climb attack. She makes the balls inside of the homie's mouth. And then it, like, connected the electrical current, and then it shocked both of them, okay? Like, Nami was utilizing Carrot's electro. So I came up with an idea, like, we need to get Nami to get Zeus back. So she gets Zeus back. She goes into the full, like, Son Wukong area where she has the extendable staff, and she could ride on a cloud and everything. So she's just like Son Wukong. She's just like Goku. She's flying around, right? And so she's avoiding Kaido's attacks and everything. And then you have to have a moment where I could see 2 possibilities here. Either one possibility that would be cool is if, you know, Kaido can use his ability to create clouds around him. Well, maybe Nami can use those clouds against Kaido, channeling all of the electrical power from those clouds into one point, and then taking her climb attack, and then and Zeus's power into just boom! Just basically turning Kaido's dragon form into a giant lightning rod. That would be pretty cool. But even cooler than that is maybe with all the minks there transforming into Sulong at the exact same moment, even if there's no clouds in the sky for her to use her ability with, all of the minks at once, Nekomamushi, Inuarashi, BB, Rhodey, Wanda, Carrot, all the minks, Shishalian, they all use their electro at once, and then shoot it directly at Nami, who uses the power of Zeus and her sorcery climb attack together to, like, whoop, and just like, psh, Uber Electric Rod! BAM! And then just takes all of the combined electro power and just shoves it right down Kaido's throat. There's a lot of innuendos in that last statement, but that was something I came up with. As for a joke involving Nami loves money, right? So I was trying to figure out some way that she could use her love of money to, like, ruin Kaido's life financially. You know, like, I was thinking, like, maybe if she stole all of Kaido's treasure, then, you know, he would lose all of his pirate crew, like, everyone would leave because there's no money to give them, but at the same time, it's like, I'm pretty sure a lot of the people are on Kaido's crew, not because of the money or the wealth of a Yonko. I think most people are on Kaido's crew just because he's just so freaky powerful, right? So there's no reason why they would leave in that regard. But there has to be some scenario broken down here where Nami can collect the bounty off of Kaido's head, because we're talking about a bounty of, like, the highest bounty in the world right now that's active. It's over 4 billion, right? So I don't know, maybe it could be a scene where Nami could play, like, the world government and Kaido, like, against each other, where Nami gets on a Den Mushi and is like, yes, hello there, world government, I've captured Kaido of the Beast, he's unconscious, just come and collect him, and it's all yours. And then they arrive, but Kaido's still, active, and then just like, oh, damn it, she lied to us! And then just this big explosion happens, and then Nami makes off with the bounty. Like, I don't know how that would work. There's a lot of gaps in that, but I just threw out the idea. It's possible. Alright, so Usopp. Now, you could probably think of literally a million ways that this could be done, in a comedic way or in a literal way. I would love the comedic way of Kaido just being so damn drunk that Usopp walks up to him, tells him one of his bullshit lies, but Kaido is so drunk, he actually buys it. That would be beautiful, would it not be? Like, Kaido's super drunk, and then he's like, oh, okay, who's next for me to beat? I beat down the Scabbards, I beat down Straw Hat Luffy, and Kid, and Law, and Zoro. Who's next? Freaking Usopp walks up. Usopp walks up, and he's like, I'm, Captain Usopp. Oh, Captain Usopp, la-di-da. What do you got? I'm like, I have 10 billion men at my disposal, and, I have the ancient weapon Pluton, aimed right at your dragon face, and, I command the very heavens themselves! And everyone's like, there's no way he's gonna buy that, but Kaido's up there, he's like, well, shit, that's a lot more than I thought you could have had, wow, look. You got 10 million, 10 billion men. Wow. And you can control the heaven. Well, that's not good. All right, well, I guess I give up then. It was just that easy. Kaido transforms back into a human and just, all right, cuff me. Get Pluton. I don't want to get shot by that thing. Just like, just chain me up. I'll go with you willingly. So that would be pretty funny. But it would also be really cool. This is a thing I really wish Usopp would do more, but I think this would kind of go One Piece into more seinen territory. But Usopp's got his pop greens, right? He's got all of his pop greens, all those really crazy, dangerous plants, right? He's got, like, the skull bomb grass that literally creates an explosion, the Rafflesia, which creates that odor that everyone hates. It's got, like, those giant, like, the green devils that come out, like those giant Venus flytraps. Okay, here's what you do, Usopp. Here's what you do. You, wait for a moment when Kaido is, like, drinking, which shouldn't be that, it shouldn't have to wait that long to get to that point, right? And then do, like, your black Kabuto, like, super grow up, get, like, the giant Kabuto with the mouth and the plant and everything, and just literally load every single pop green you have in your arsenal. Like the Green Devils, Banana Boat, the Impact Oof, take every pop green you have, shove it in the mouth of the Kabuto, and then fire it off, like wrap them all up in a bag or something and just fire it off and hit it right in Kaido's mouth. And if he's a dragon, that would just give you a bigger target to hit. So Kaido's like, I beat everybody, glug, glug, glug. What tasted like Caesar salad. Oh god! And then, like, every pop green, like, he gets impact wolfed, he gets, like, the skull bomb grass is detonating in his damn heart. He's got the Rafflesia, like, oh god, it's like he's passing out from the scent. Oh my god, just load everything up and fire it into him at once. Hey, serious question here. Could Usopp not do that? Because I don't see any reason why he couldn't try that. That sounds like something like if you were doing D&D and you were playing Usopp, like you were actually playing the Straw Hats, that's probably how you would do it, right? Like, that's like, I'm gonna load up every pop green I have and just fire it into Kaido's mouth. Usopp could definitely do that right now, because he grows pop greens on the Sunny. I'm not saying he has to use every single pop green he owns, just like one of each. Take every single pop green, every single one, wrap it up in a cloth, and then just fire it into Kaido's mouth. And then just sit back and watch the reaction. Tentacles, giant vines coming out of every orifice Kaido has. Like, it'd be disgusting, but it might be effective, you never know. Alright, dragon is weak to grass, right? Pokemon logic? Yeah, that's fair. Okay, so next up is Sanji, of course. This was actually a relatively easy one to come up with a serious and a comedy moment. Alright, so Sanji in Totland, of course, had this big part of the arc where he made a giant cake for Big Mom. That was the whole premise. Keiki! I want keiki! And so Sanji made a keiki, okay, and then gave it to Big Mom. Okay, cool. So, basically, it's gonna be the same deal here, except instead of making a cake, I mean, I'm sure Kaido would love Sanji's cake, but in this one particular moment, no, it's not a cake, it's making the most perfect snack to go along with drinking sake. That is the ultimate goal, okay? Sanji's gonna make the tastiest snacks, like the most delicious pretzels to go along with Kaido's beer possible, right? He's like, I will make the ultimate beer nut, the ultimate sake nut, or whatever. And so he makes, like, a giant supply of these things, and then serves them to Kaido, and Kaido's like, I'm gonna beat all your ass! Oh man, look, oh man, that's good, that's good. And then the idea is, Kaido can't leave. The combination of just booze and snacks, they're so delicious, he just you know, sits in his couch and just keeps on eating and drinking, and he eventually merges with the couch itself, and he just stays there and just watches football all day. And then that's how they beat Kaido. He has a massive beer gut by the end of it, but that's how they win. Yeah. That's how that works. It's so delicious. He can't leave. And then, seriously, though, we could have Sanji utilizing his stealth black suit, his raid suit, where he's just using hit-and-run tactics. He can just go invisible, so Kaido can't hit him. He's just like, where are you at? Zing. Bam! Where are you at? Over here? Zing. Bam. And then just wash, rinse, and repeat. Diablo Jinbe, both legs, and then just like torching Kaido from above and just launching just an endless stream of cloaked attacks, and Kaido just like, he gets dizzy trying to find him. And there's something similar coming up with Robin that we're going to get, where Kaido gets so disoriented, you know, he ends up like destroying the battlefield. It could be something like that. By the way, you know, these are ridiculous moments I'm trying to explain, like one character defeating Kaido. But remember, Kaido has been captured before. You know, Kaido being captured and sentenced for execution, or by the Marines or by other Yonko, that is not an unheard of thing. That has happened before, so... I'm just saying, there might be a moment where Kaido is really distracted while he got captured, or he might have turned himself in, because that's Kaido's thing. He tries to figure out ways that can actually end his life. So, you know, maybe it's unlikely, but it's less unlikely than you might think. Maybe. Possibly. Moving on to Chopper. Chopper's is... Alright, so... Chopper would never do this, because he is a doctor. Right, but I'm thinking like, okay, Chopper, the only way for you to, I think, legitimately take down Kaido is you gotta whip up some kind of poison. You gotta whip up some poison or some kind of venom to inject into him. You gotta figure out something. Alright, you gotta find, like, it would be really dark and messed up, but, like, use that mushroom that you fed to Hiraluk. You know, use the mushroom you fed to Hiraluk to make some kind of poison, and then, you know, give that to Usopp, or I guess it's a one-on-one, so you gotta figure out a way to throw it into Kaido's mouth yourself. But yeah, that would once again be like, if you're, you know, you're playing a D&D campaign, and you're a character on the Straw Hat crew, and you're going up against a really strong enemy, you'd be like, hey, Chopper, use that really poisonous mushroom that you used and you gave to your dad by accident, and use that as a weapon. Mass produce it for us to win for the Straw Hats. It's just like, that's so messed up on so many levels. But Chopper, you gotta get over that, little buddy. You gotta get over that. You're a doctor. You have knowledge. You could do stuff to make some really messed up things that could screw up Kaido's nervous system or something. You can make a really potent, like, rattlesnake venom or something. Take a syringe and inject. Like, remember that scene in Alabasta where Luffy was going all crazy from, I think it was either heat stroke or he was drinking cactus juice. That might have also been Sokka from Avatar: The Last Airbender. But anyway, there was a scene where Chopper literally just takes out a giant cartoon syringe and just, you know, knocks out Luffy, like, Doctor Knockout Attack, you know, just like, alright, well, you know, he was going crazy, so it's a good thing you did that. So do that more often, Chopper. Just bust out a syringe and just be like, Dr. Venom! And then, you know, Kaido's nervous system gets numbed or something, and then freaking Chopper can go Monster Point and just unload on Kaido, and then there you go. I guess the comedy moment from Chopper is just... he's so adorable. Like, Chopper eats a Rumble Ball, goes into his, like, mega guard point, like his epic upgraded version of guard point, and he's just like a giant fluff ball, a floof ball, and Kaido is like, oh my god. Ugh! He's adorable! And he just hugs him, and he's like, you're so adorable. Oh, you're so fluffy. You know, the entire time I was being Kaido, King of the Beasts, I just had really stiff neck pain, you know? That was the cause of all of the anger I've really been feeling. But now I have a nice cozy pillow to sleep on. And then that just removes all of Kaido's neck pain overnight, and he's fine. He's fine. It's like that episode of Courage the Cowardly Dog where they go to that spring with the mountain goat, and Courage fixes his neck pain, and then he's a good guy. And then, you know, Kaido's he's an innocent little lamb from here on out. He's not a dragon. He's just a little lizard that's gonna help out everybody. Yeah, that makes sense. Okay, cool. Robin's, I thought, was pretty fun. So, Robin has the ability to clone herself, right? She can do, you know, body flower, so she can make a clone of herself. Honestly, just kind of do the same thing that Mr. 3 did with the Sphinx in Impel Down, right? Just, like, have Kaido play whack-a-mole right? So, Robin's up there and she just makes like 100 clones of herself, and Kaido's just like, what the hell? Bam! 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 And then, if he's on top of Onigashima, he'll destroy the mountain and he'll fall down, and then, problem solved, right? Right? Or that's kind of a comedy moment, but you could also have Robin, like, she could probably do this. Like, I mean, she's already kind of done part of this, so she's made giant hands and giant feet before to, like, step on people. Like, she did that during Fishman Island. She made giant feet. So she could probably make a giant version of herself if she wanted to, like giant body flower version of Robin, Kaiju Robin, and then you could just have Robin and Kaido in dragon form just wrestling, fighting it out. And then Robin's like putting Kaido in like, a sleeper hold or something, and it's like a wrestling match. And I'll let you go visually from there, what you can picture where that's going, right? Or you could have a moment where they just sit down and play cards. There's like Kaido apparently likes playing cards because he named his whole damn crew after cards and, card games and stuff. So it's like, all right, the name of the game is Who's Who. Who's Who? Who's Who. Yeah, that's right. Who's down there, but we're playing Who's up here. So there you go. That's how that goes there. Frankie's is fun. I just have one word for you. Is this one word? It might be hyphenated, whatever. Kaido Buster. Armor. I guess 2 words, maybe 3. Kaido Buster armor. Okay. So, you know how like in Age of Ultron where Tony Stark, I know it's in the comics too, but the scene in the movie where, he has, the Hulk Buster armor, where he has his regular armor, but then he goes into his regular armor, and then his regular armor goes into the Hulk Buster armor, and it's just giant, just like, all right, bring it on, Hulk. And then they just wrestle like crazy, and it's a crazy action scene. Okay. So, same basic deal with Frankie, okay? Frankie's been working on this for a while, okay? Give Frankie 2 weeks, he can make a damn Megazord, okay? He can make a Mecha Megazord, all right? So Frankie's already a cyborg in himself, right? So he's Battle Frankie 37. So he goes inside of the Frankie Shogun, which is Battle Frankie 38, which is pretty big. But then he presses a button in the Frankie Shogun, like beep, and then the whole Sunny transforms. It like the Sunny jumps out of the water wherever it's at and lands where Frankie is. And then it transforms into like giant mech arms, legs, and the figurehead, the Sunny, it's like right here in the chest. And then the Battle Frankie goes into that. And so it's like Battle Frankie 37 inside of 38, inside of 39, which is the Sunny. And then it's just this super bulky anti-dragon Kaido armor. The Kaido Buster armor. Nuff said. That's all I gotta say with that. I mean, I guess Kaido and Frankie could also get into a posing contest because they're both pretty ripped. Frankie's got the Speedo. Kaido always walks around without a shirt on. We could have that. We could have just like, flex with me. It's like, super, yeah. And they just have a flexing contest, and whoever wins the flexing contest. So that's a good one. That's fair. But yeah, Kaido Buster armor. Just that alone, right? Okay. Now, here comes Brook. Now, Brook was the whole reason I'm doing this, so I actually saw a lot of comments in that one video. My favorites were, like, Kaido is just afraid of ghosts. He's just afraid of ghosts, or he's afraid of skeletons, and so just out of fear, he's like, I'm gonna crush everybody! Oh, spooky ghost! Get away from me, spooky ghost! Get away! You're Odin's ghost! Get away from me! And he just starts, like, slapping his, like, kanabo everywhere, and he might hit himself by accident, or, cause the entirety of Onigashima to collapse on him, and Brook will be fine, because he's a ghost. Yo! And he just emerges from the rubble, and just, well, that was easy. I saw another comment by someone that was like, Kaido tries to use his Boro breath on Brook, like, I'll burn the flesh right off your bones. And Brook's like, oh, too late. Now that probably wouldn't go over so well though, because the fire would still burn his afro, which you can't have that. But that's a funny moment right there. Or Brook could just bust out the guitar and just and just let's have a rock concert, right? And so they're in the middle of a fight, and it's like people are dropping left and right from Kaido's side and the Straw Hats and like the rebellion side. But then in the middle of this chaos, it's like that scene in Pokemon the first movie, right? Where, they're fighting the Pokemon and they're fighting their clones and everything. And then, it's just that early 2000s or I guess late 90s, like, pop song just cues up. Like, brother, my brother. Just in the middle of all the chaos, Brook just like, doom, 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 doom. Oh, why do we have to fight the Dragon Duck God? Why do we have to fight on Onigashima? Why is it shaped like a muffin? Why, oh, why? Why, oh, why? I'm a dancing skeleton, I'm a Brook a guy, the song is really jacked up. I was doing good for a little while there, and I'm like, Tekking, stop there while you're ahead, and it's just like, yeah, it's not gonna go from there. But then everybody's like fighting, and then they just hear the music, and they just stop in the middle of the fight, they're just like, okay. And then everyone just crowds around Brook, and everyone just takes out some lighters, and they just, do I have any in here? No, I have, hold on, I have one over here. You know? Yeah. They just gather around like freaking Sasaki, and everyone, they just take out a lighter and they just start doing that, you know? And Kaido just is fighting the scabbards, and then it stops in the middle of the fight, and then he just starts dancing with the scabbards, and just like, yeah, what, it was whatever. And then just like they take Orochi's corpse and throw it in the trash. It's like, hey, it was the real problem. Yeah, we're all good. Da 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 da. You know, and then that's it. That's all you gotta do. That's how the fight ends, right? So that would be great. That would be fantastic. All right. And then finally here, we have Jinbe. Now, Jinbe is a serious fighter, okay? Like, he's going to be a member of the Monster Quartet now, essentially. The 4 strongest fighters on the Straw Hat crew, right? Provided Frankie doesn't actually have Kaido Buster armor. But, yeah, for this one, I'm not really thinking of too many funny moments for Jinbe. I just want to see a scene where it's like Jinbe and Kaido, and Jinbe's like, well, guess it's time I prove my worth to the Straw Hats. Whew! Prepare yourself, Kaido. And Kaido's just like, what are you gonna do, you stupid fishman? Boom! And then he uses this technique. You understand, all Jinbe needs to do is get Kaido over water. Doesn't matter if he's in his regular form or his dragon form, doesn't matter. If Jinbe could get Kaido over open ocean, he's done. He's done. You have a scene where he, like, forces Kaido back. He hits him with, like, the 10 million brick fist. Breakfast. Bam! And then Kaido gets launched out of Onigashima, and he gets launched in the middle of the open ocean. And then Jinbe jumps into the water. And as soon as, like, Kaido kind of collects himself, he's rattled a little bit. He's like, whoa, whatever. I gotta get back. And then he looks down, and Jinbe jumps in the ocean. He just uses, like, his ultimate technique and just... he's like splits the ocean like freaking Moses in Exodus. He just splits the damn ocean like, and then he summons like these giant tsunamis. The tsunamis are so massive they actually cover up the sky, and like they're over Kaido, and Kaido gets thrown down into the ocean. And once Kaido is underwater, Jinbe goes to town. Jinbe just summons all the other fish in the sea and just starts beating the crap out of Kaido under the ocean. And then he's just defeated. And then Jinbe walks out on shore. He walks up on the beach and just like, here, I caught a damn ocean snake. Just throws it. And just Kaido's body. Yeah. So, yeah. Yeah, that would be a cool moment. I don't have a lot of funny moments for Jinbe. If you have any funny ones, feel free to comment them below, but that would just be a cool moment. You know, that would be neat. Alright, so I'm not really sure what this video, I mean, I hope you enjoyed it. It's not a serious video, if you couldn't have figured it out by this point, but I hope you at least enjoyed it. I hope you at least got a lark, or got a laugh out of it at any rate. Thanks for watching, everybody. Yeah, okay. So be Tekking, signing out. Yeah, see you, everyone. By the way, okay, so yeah, if you watch Good Mythical Morning, I actually was at the end of... I got to spin the Wheel of Mythicality this morning. I'm so excited. Yeah, so I should probably explain a little bit about that in case you're curious. I started watching them this year. I knew they existed, but I didn't start watching Rhett and Link until actually, I think it was right around when quarantine started and everything. I started getting really into them because I needed something to watch every day. And it was in June, so it was about 2 months ago. It was like a spur of the moment thing. It was a day where I was doing a lot of running around, and I just thought to myself, while I'm in the middle of running around, why don't I stop at the old field and film a segment for the Wheel of Mythicality? And that's what I did. And it's just like, hey, I'm Matt from Pennsylvania. Spin that Wheel of Mythicality. I just came up with something stupid. I'm gonna dance around in the field for a little bit. That'll be something. Didn't expect them to actually use it, but they did, and that was really cool. When I woke up to that this morning, I saw a lot of people posting on my Twitter, you were on GMM. I'm like, I know, right? That was pretty cool. But yeah, thanks for everybody for watching. Also, thanks to, I went to the dentist earlier today, this morning, and the dental assistants that were helping me, cleaning my teeth and everything, they're really cool. And they always talk about, because I tell them I do my YouTube thing, are you still doing that? I'm like, yeah, I'm still doing that. So thank you to Amy and Sunny for cleaning my teeth this morning. That was really nice. So cool. All right, that's everything I have. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. Signing out. Later.